Right, we are live. Just going to do some technical checks, so bear with me, guys. Just make sure everything is all working as expected. And I believe perfect. All right, let's get into it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining from. I first want to apologize for having slides. I hate presenting with slides, but it was a balance between getting on here and absolutely riffing and going off topic versus delivering something that is worthwhile for you guys and those listening to the recording. So I do have slides. It's mainly to keep me on track. Today I want it to be really conversational. I'd love some input, some back and forth. But in all honesty, it's going to be very raw. It is a roadmap showcase, but it's going to be more of a CEO's update as I approach sort of my 12-month anniversary with UXPin to talk about sort of what we've been working on, why we've been working on it, and where we're heading. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? So I kind of just touched on what I'll be discussing today, but I'll give you some context early, introduce myself for those that don't know me. And then I'm going to go through what I've called 3 stages of the reset, the rebuild, and the horizon. But what these are in essence is, what I did when I first came into UXPin to understand the problems that the company was facing, the customers were facing, and that sort of set the conditions for what we worked on in 2025, what we're currently working on and into 2026, and then future UXPin and what that looks like. But first, let's talk about this bloke. So some of you guys already know me. Some of you have no idea who I am. So in a couple of seconds, regardless of if you know me or don't know me, you might learn a little bit. So bear with me. So that's me. I'm Andrew Martin. I'm obviously the CEO of UXPin, if you haven't already gathered. But before all that, in a previous life, I spent most of my adult career and working career in the Australian Army, specifically as an artillery officer, until about December in 2021. So that's when I joined the SaaS world shortly after having my first child, Harry. I was looking for more of a family-friendly career and the ability to move back home and be with family for my wife, and also so my kids could grow up with being around their family. So I moved into the SaaS world, had absolutely no idea really what I was doing. So I spent a lot of the first 12 months just learning and taking in as much information as I could. So I worked with 2 companies in particular, 5CRM and Teamgate, where I started as director of operations and then moved into the CEO role. In December last year, I was approached to take on UXPin. And in all transparency, I knew a little bit about UXPin because the owners of UXPin are also the owners of Teamgate, which I was the CEO of at the time. So I knew what I knew. So I don't want to pretend like I knew everything, but I knew a little bit. I knew it had huge potential, but I also knew there was a lot of complexity and a lot of pain that was being faced by the customers. So which I guess leads to the first part that I'm going to talk about today, which is what I'm calling the reset. All ears. Some people say that picture looks like me, so I'm going to run with it. But what I want to talk about here is just how I approached coming into UXPin. So like I said, I had plenty of ideas of how I could fix it, mainly from the operational standpoint and looking at the processes and things behind the scenes. But in regards to the problems that the customers were facing, I really had no idea. So I took a step back and I thought, before I start and come in and trying to reinvent the wheel, I want to talk to as many customers as I can. And not only customers, but also ex-customers. I want to know why people have stayed with UXPin, but more importantly, why people are leaving UXPin. So during December and January, I had 57 Zoom calls. In my opinion, that's not enough. I would have loved to have more, but some people just don't want to talk to me. But from those conversations, 4 common themes prevailed over and over again. UXPin Classic, so the previous offering by UXPin, those users were really happy with its ease of use. But at the same time, it was easily imitated by many of our competitors and often at a lower price point. So from my understanding, the big selling point of UXPin and the thing that differentiates us from many of the other design tools is our merge offering. So I wanted to learn more about that and why people weren't using it as much as probably we expected, noting that it is our differentiator. And what I understood was, yes, it's extremely powerful. The end state is extremely powerful. The light at the end of the tunnel is extremely powerful, but using the tool was extremely complex. So a lot of customers didn't actually see that light at the end of the tunnel because they didn't get there because of the steep learning curve. The third theme was that trust in UXPin was sliding, and it was sliding pretty rapidly due to downtime. There was a big server migration from one provider to another, which caused even more downtime and some stability issues. So trust in UXPin was down. So I had to earn that trust back, which I completely accept and understand. And the final point was access was perceived as difficult. What do I mean by access? I'm talking about access to support. I'm talking about access to leadership. I'm talking about customers feeling like they're being heard, access to support documentation, trials, walkthrough, and also community. So to other users and people experiencing UXPin. So what do we do with this information? So the 4 common themes became 3 pillars or lines of effort for what we were working on in 2025. So it became our North Star. So those 4 common themes turned into the 3 pillars, which were ease of use, co-value creation, and this also included our performance, so stability and speed, as well as accessibility. And I'm going to break these down individually, so bear with me. The first, ease of use. So what do I mean by ease of use? I'm talking the end state is anyone can use UXPin Merge confidently, whether you're a designer, whether you're a developer, whether you're a founder, whether you are a non-technical CEO like myself. You should be able to use UXPin Merge confidently. Why, or the proposed outcomes? We want our users to understand the benefits of Merge and get to the benefits of Merge without being stopped by that steep learning curve. Are we there yet? No, we're not. But we've made huge leaps and bounds this year, and we're going to continue that into 2026 and beyond. So what we achieved or shipped, a couple of things here. A lot of it is around AI. The AI component creator, the AI helper, and merged AI is not shipped yet, but we are working on it. And I'm going to talk more about that later. But it gives our merge users a start state. You can jump in, you can prompt something, you can create a prototype, and then you can go and iterate from there. Someone like me can create a landing page in seconds, a mobile app really fast. So it's really helped with that ease of use and that start state. We've integrated all of the models, GPT-5 and Claude Sonnet 4.5 as recent as last week. And we're seeing some great results with those models. We've added a prompt library. So a lot of people that don't know where to start, they can jump in and say, I'm looking to create a landing page or a header component or a card component. And there'll be prompts there that give you some guidance on how to get the best out of the models. We also have the prompt enhancer. So for people who, like me, just write, generate a landing page, it will actually enhance the prompt into something more appropriate for the model that you're using. We've added the Merge template library. So again, we focused on, I guess, the 3 workflows being AI workflows, templates, and manual workflows. And I really think we've nailed the AI and the templates. Manual is improving, but we've still got some ways to go there. We added a UI view and a dev view. So a lot of the feedback for Merge was that the canvas was very messy. It was very complex. Our eyes were going all over the shop because of all the different tools and different options available to the users. So the UI view is our classic view. That's our design, what we would call our designer view. And the dev view is a more simplified view for the developer side of the house. Now, have we nailed that? No, we haven't. This is going to be something that is ongoing, something we take feedback for, and something that we continue to edit. And we'll just having conversations half an hour ago about what we can do to enhance the view and the canvas and our prop panel on the right-hand side within the experience. And finally, we introduced a new trial experience and trial guide. So some massive indicators for me for the test that we ran with the new trial experience and the trial guide was around AI use and the get code button, which in my opinion, the get code button is sort of the aha moment. We've gotten someone to a point where they've designed a prototype or a design, and they're now ready to share that, whether it's via code, whether it's spinning it up in Sandbox or something like that. So our get code usage in a trial went literally up in the thousands percentile. So it's something like 3,000%. I thought that was a typo at the start. It wasn't. So that was a really good result and indicates that people are getting to that aha moment a lot faster. They feel more supported through the trial and more guided, which is the end state for us. Code value creation is something that I think is absolutely key to taking UXPin forward. So the goal for this aspect or pillar is that users are co-creating with UXPin. They're not just using it. So what does that actually mean? It means that you guys, our users, our customers, our community are taking the product forward. And you guys are the ones that are evolving the product. So what we've achieved so far, and this is definitely a pillar that we're still working on and we've still got heaps of ideas for, but we need, again, input from you guys. So we're doing monthly showcases. This is one of them. We do our customer spotlight. So we're doing showcases with customers. Obviously, those guys that have seen the AAA showcase will see how they're using UXPin Merge, what their design system looks like, how they're evolving, and how they're working to make their processes more efficient. We've added new merge libraries, ShadCN being the most recent. We've also updated our integration process so we can pretty much add any open source library and custom library in a matter of minutes versus what used to take 40 hours. We've just launched almost this week the Prototype in Public X community. So this is a place where we're going to be promoting a lot over the coming weeks, coming months. And we're going to use this as a platform to do a lot of competitions, sharing prototypes, receiving feedback from people in the community, and essentially building in public. So anyone who's interested in that, go check it out. It's called Prototyping in Public. You'll see UXPin as the moderator, so you can go and join that community now if you want to. Of course, we're still working on things, one being our design competitions and prototyping competitions. This is inspired by, for those who have seen on Reddit, the bad UI battles. So we're going to run some competitions. We're going to have a flavor of the month. It might be a competition to see who can design the worst UI. It might be a competition to see who can design the best landing page. There'll be different themes across different months with cash prizes for those people who receive the most upvotes. And finally, something that we're definitely working on and is in planning is a UXPin marketplace. So this is somewhere where developers and designers can go, whether they're freelancers or not, they can go and sell their services. Not only can they sell their services, they can also upload their designs, upload their templates, and receive financial compensation for people using those templates and those designs. So keep your eye on the marketplace. That is definitely coming in the future. And the final pillar is accessibility. So this is near and dear to my heart. I almost took this personal coming in as the CEO that people felt like they didn't have access to me. So the goal here is that every UXPin user feels heard and supported. What does that look like? Direct dialogue with leadership. So myself becoming more accessible, as well as the product, and frictionless access to help, guidance, and participation. So the weekly office hours is now live. So myself and our head of integrations, Jack, and our head of sales, Natalie, join these every week, where any customer or person on a trial can jump in a Zoom room with us, ask us questions, go through Q&A. Generally, it turns into almost a demo. So them asking questions and our team sharing screen and going through how to solve the problem that they're facing, or showing them new features that they don't have exposure to. CEO Showcase, obviously you're on one now. So we're going to continue to do these, as well as QBRs, myself jumping on Zoom and talking with customers. Our changelog is now live. So uxpin.com, go into our resources. There is a changelog there. So this is completely public. All of our updates that we've been making in-app are publicly posted on that website, as well as a new cancellation policy. So this was a big bugbear from a lot of customers, was they had to call to cancel their subscription. They felt like that was almost a lock-in tactic. So we created a new cancellation process so customers can cancel from within the app. All right, I'm going to move forward now to the rebuild and then also the horizon. So when I'm talking about the rebuild, this is what we're working on right now. Obviously, some of the stuff I've already talked about, but this is in progress as we speak, and moving into 2026. So expect these features to be released either this year or 2026. So one-click publishing, we kind of already have this, right? So this is in a way our preview mode. So it spins up a UXPin URL. You can go in and you can actually engage with the prototype that you've made. The next step to this, or the next iteration, is to add custom domains. So instead of spinning up a UXPin domain, you can add your TeamGate domain, and you can go and share that with your team so they can go in and play with it and go from there. So obviously we want to make you get to that iteration, that live artifact, way faster. So design it, publish it, and away you go. The UX marketplace I've already spoken about, so I won't spend too much time on that one. Simplified pricing was another theme that came out of the discussions with customers. So not so much the price point, but just how complex. I think we offered 5 or 6 plans at one time. We still offer 5 plans. So simplifying those plans down to potentially 3, but making sure that there's value in all of the plans. So at the moment, we've got a free plan, we've got an $8 plan. The value in those plans is garbage. So I'm going to fix that. There'll be value in all 3 plans, regardless of your spend. And finally, UX prompt. So some of you have seen a sneak peek of this. We're going to go through a sneak peek very, very shortly. But it's AI that supports you as the designer, as the developer. It's a start state. It's not perfect. We don't want it to replace you. You're the designer, you're the developer, but it's definitely going to help your workflow. You won't be locked into AI like some of these other tools that you may have played with that charge per prompt. You can easily change workflows between manual, between AI, between templates. So here is a sneak peek. So this is our, create and edit function. So it's not going to work for me, is it? Technical difficulties. Wouldn't be a live without those. So what I might do is instead I will share my screen. So bear with me for 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to remove that and share my screen. And then add to stage. All right, beautiful. And I've shared the wrong one. All right, so this is our create and edit sneak peek of the AI prompt. So as you can see here, we've just prompted asking for a creation of a landing page with abstract art. You'll notice immediately that the prompt starts creating the landing page block by block, and it follows obviously the guidance that you gave it. Now, next steps for this is to add styling rules, parameters, and things like that you'll be able to input. So making sure that it's consistent. You can see there's the code, consistent code. It's not spaghetti code like some of the other tools that you may have played with. And you'll see we can duplicate those designs pretty easy. We can also edit. So in this example, we've said, oh, you almost nailed it. You forgot a footer. Can you please add a footer with the following components? They've now gone through and explained what it's going to create. And you can see now it is building the footer. So pretty cool. In regards to the creation, I believe the model that we're using in this example is GPT-5 Mini. So you can switch between the LLM models to your preference. And then this example here is just an example of the conversational aspect of the AI. So this, we don't want it just to be something that you use to create something. We want it to be able to be smart enough to have a conversation with you. So here it's telling you it's created the card that you've asked for. You've asked for an edit, but you haven't actually told it what to edit. So it's saying, hey, please select the component you actually want me to edit, which we've said we've now selected it. There it is. It's applied the gradient color. We've now asked for an Instagram card, and it's going to come back and say, do you want a new Instagram card, or do you want this card amended into an Instagram card? And we're going to say create it separately. So why is this important? Although it's the examples are very, very basic, this is important because of the next steps. The next steps is, a conversational AI that understands conversion rate optimization. It understands design principles. It understands your parameters and how you want to design and how you want to keep it consistent. So that's why that's important and why we're working on that at the moment. All right, let's add this back now that we've gotten through the technical difficulties. All right, cool. Before I wrap up, I just want to go through what's next. Okay, so the horizon. So this is future thinking, but stuff we're also already working on. So the first one is merged AI. So I just showed you UXPin prompt. Merged AI is a version of UX prompt, but it's specific to custom design libraries. So a lot of enterprises and even some of our smaller companies have their own design library, their own custom components, their own depositories, all that sort of stuff. So this is AI that will speak your design language. It's going to learn your tokens, your systems, your brand. We're actually in pilot with this already with Amazon, and it's working really, really well. So with a single prompt, it will design Amazon dashboards and things like that. So the intent there is that AI speed meets consistency, right? A lot of these tools on the market at the moment, they do great designs, very, very similar designs, but it's keeping that consistency past the landing page. When we go to the pricing page, is the design the same? Is the typography the same? Is are the tokens the same? So consistency is key there. The second one is a two-way sync with your favorite dev tools. So we're already working on MCP server. But the ideal end state is that when you start to create a project in GitHub, there's a little button that says spin this project up in UXPin, and it will create the design for your project. When you make updates in UXPin, it updates the code. So it's bi-directional. The third and final thing that I want to talk about today is UXPin intelligence. So this is an idea that came about regarding project end life. So extending the life of a customer within UXPin. At the moment, they come in, generally design projects. If the projects end or they don't have new projects, their time at UXPin ends. So how can we prolong that, and what can we offer in regards to value to keep customers? And it is in regards to UXPin intelligence. So think VWO, think Hotjar, think Unbounce, think Google Analytics, all meets UXPin. So the ability to A/B test. You create one prototype, you create a variant, and we publish them and run an A/B test. We understand the metrics, what's converting, why it's converting higher, and then you get recommendations on improving that design and moving forward. So that's UXPin intelligence. I'm not going to spend too much time because all three of these components are either being worked on or in planning. So we'll get to it more in the future, and you'll have to join the future CEOs showcases to learn more. Before I wrap up, I just want to say this is not a call to action. This is a gesture. We've spoken about accessibility. We've spoken about customers wanting to speak to leadership. So for most of November, so from the 11th to the 28th, those are Australian dates, I'll be opening my calendar in 15-minute increments for 8 hours a day. So if you'd like to speak, if you've ever believed in UXPin, if you've ever been disappointed by UXPin, I want to speak to you. So I'd love to talk to as many people as possible. And same thing, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to get ideas. I'm trying to understand what we can do to enhance your experience with UXPin. And that brings us towards the end. So I want to say a quick thank you. I've seen a couple of people jump in and out of the stream throughout. I want to say thank you to the people that are going to watch this after the live recording. But as I said at the start, UXPin is not there yet. We're definitely not there yet. I'm the first one to admit that, but we're moving with intent, and I believe we're moving in the right direction. So hopefully after this discussion, you see that too. And finally, I want to thank the customers that are with us right now, that have stayed with us, and those who left along the way. I look forward to earning your business back. So that's it. I'll stick around for a couple of minutes if any questions come through, but if not, I appreciate those who joined. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll speak soon and catch you on the next showcase.